Hey, what is up, YouTube? This is Fortune Striker, and today I will be presenting my, probably for a while, one-time normal Pendulum deck profile. The thing about this deck I wanted to do is that I was trying to actually make this deck as soon as possible. There were a lot of rollbacks with this deck. First, the deck started coming out when Duelist Alliance started, with Dragonhorn Hunter becoming the promo card. And then a lot of good ideas. Tech cards were playable, but some of them were playing the meta, and I was afraid some of them were going to get hit, but luckily some of them didn't. And I've been trying to get all the cards as soon as possible. I try to make the deck as many varieties as you can with Dino Rabbit versions or Synchro Race. I just play however I can. There are a lot of good tech ideas from the deck I use, from other decks like Ignites, Cleese, and all that. They really help. The extra deck, however, is a little small. It's missing like the XE Draco monster that searches for Pendulum and the Utopia Beyond. I know it's cheap to get, well, those two now, but because of the ban list, I have to make this as under in November, not April 11th. So, without further ado, let's get straight to the deck profile. Alright, so to start things off, we play triple Royal Magical Library. Royal Magical Library is a sweet old card that basically gains a counter every time a player, not you, a player, activates a spell card, and the maximum is to 3. And after 3, you remove them, draw a card, then you just do the play it over and over. This really gets my opponents ticked off because I get to do a lot of draw power with this, and I love it. It's a really good card. It's very useful. I'm just glad this card didn't get hit at all, but you don't see this a lot. Alright, next up is the first ever, and that's Dragonhorn Hunter. What she does is basically her pendulum effect is that all normal monsters I control gain 200, actually not I control, like every monster on the field that's a normal monster gain 200 attack. And her second effect helps me, which is the controller of the card, and that is when a monster destroys a normal monster in battle, my normal monster, I take no battle damage, so that helps me a lot. She's 2300, and she's the original normal Pendulum. And as you can tell, like she looks pretty cool. Alright, next up we have is Broncos. His effect is basically if a normal monster destroys a monster in defense, it inflicts piercing damage. So he's pretty useful. He's the highest attack one with 2500 attack. He's a dinosaur, so you could make a lot of soda plays. You could do anything with this card. It was pretty much fun. I actually enjoy how the way the deck rolled with him. Just to give you a little heads up more, the deck does run an OTK base. When I first made this deck against my boy Stevie, I did a lot of OTKs. Any variety how you make it, it's pretty cool, and I really get excited every time I play this. As long as the deck's not stupid, against main decks. Next one that we have is the Stratos, and that's Dragoons of Draconia. What he does is basically once per turn, if a normal monster destroys a monster in battle, I get to go ahead and search for a level 4 or higher normal monster from my deck to my hand. It is pretty much the Stratos, like I said, 1800 fire. So you can search for Tanking Seas as a Beast Warrior. I know it's weird because it's like he's wearing a dinosaur, it makes more sense as a dinosaur, but this is Konami. I don't know what else they're doing, so. But it doesn't really matter, so, because, like, even if, of course, if it was a dinosaur, this wouldn't help a lot to make a Dino Rabbit version of this, but, well, I did a lot of testing with what you can do, so, you play around the deck is how it goes. Next, I play 2 Skydragoons. I usually play 3. I just tried 2. I felt 2 was okay. I feel like I'm missing, sometimes I miss trying to play 3. It's back and forth. So anyway, what he does is if you help this with this card, it actually makes a sweet play. So his effect is basically cool, which is once per turn, when a normal monster inflicts battle damage to my opponent, I get to destroy 1 card on the field, anywhere on the field, in my opponent's field or my field. So if, like, say if I use this with Chicken Game, so I can set up an OTK, pop my own Chicken Game, and already destroy my opponent. So that way I can kill him for, like I said, OTK, and it's like priority. Alright, I play 1 Flash Knight and 1 Mandragon. I decided to just play little tech cards, I know they don't have any pendulum effects or anything, but the best part of these cards is that you can just play around how you want it, and you just get rid of it if you want to. It doesn't really matter. Mandragon is pretty much 2,500, and he's level 5. So if you play this with Skydragoons on the field, you can go for a rank 5. Or if you want to, you can play 2 of these, or you can play 2 and 1. It doesn't even matter. Like I said, this is a back and forth deck, but at the same time, it's fun, and that's all that matters. So, yeah. Alright, so for next for type card I play the Samurai Calvary Rupture. With this card, basically kind of similar to a Catastor, he helps me a lot, get rid of problem cards. Unfortunately, this only works when you attack. He's not much as a Catastor. So, yeah, and how the Catastor effect works is that if it's not a Pendulum monster, it's automatically destroyed. So, yeah, it really helps me, but at the same time, like I said, it's not a Catastor, so there's ups and downs. Next, I played the Battle Faders. Reason I play Battle Faders is because you do end up not having a good set of cards. You end up dead in this deck. So I played the Battle Faders, and when my opponent tries to attack me directly, they just get surprised and just get disappointed. It just really messes them up. But you don't really have to play Battle Faders. You can play Swift Scarecrows, but I choose the Battle Faders because I do go over. So if I do have draw a good certain card, I contribute over to go for these guys, and that's Jinzo and Majesty's Fiends. Now, Jinzo, of course, helps my opponent. Helps me get rid of my opponent's trap cards to not be activated, and Majesty's Fiends, well, because of the normal Pendulum deck, it helps. I just only downside he can't be special, but there's limitations for good cards. And, the best part is, since this is a continuous, I can do what the hell I want. So, I hope you guys enjoy that, and because that's what it for the monsters. Now, for the spells, okay, let's just get it over with. 3 chicken game for the very last time. This card saves my ass a lot of times, and the fact that this deck needs draw power so much, I really need it. I'm just very sad how this card got banned. I will ask if you guys leave a comment telling me why it got banned. I can understand. I would like that. It would be appreciated. I feel like it's had something to do with Patrick Hoban. Of course, I know because of this card, Upstart Goblin got hit to 1 because of Patrick Hoban. I just want to know why. But I knew this card was eventually going to get hit when it first came out, which is a good card. Well, Exodia decks are kind of a little bit dead now. So, for now. And we do have the new field spell that's similar to Chicken, but it's more like a March of the Monarchs for every turn, so it's stupid. Anyway, this is a card I've been waiting for a while until they got reprinted, and that was Summoner's Art. Summoner's Art helps a lot with the searching, of course. Unfortunately, it only works for level 5 or higher. So, unlike Dragoons and Draconia, it only helps me get to my high level ones, like Mendragon to Lance Broncos, but that's about it. That's a little downside, but other than that, it's pretty good, and I do play a lot of spells, and this is a Pendulum deck, so with Royal Magical Library, you do tend to get a lot of draw power. That's why you end up playing it. And the Death Wavering Eyes. I kind of figured this card was obviously going to hit. I mean, there is a downside that without this card, this deck has a hard time having these scales on the field. But on the upside, you don't want to have idiots like Patrick Hoban or whoever's playing the meta making this card really stupid. So, I mean, it was stupid as it is. But, yeah, Wavering Eyes did help many times with searching. So, I appreciate what Wavering Eyes did. I played 2 Night Beams. Now, you're wondering why Night Beams. First of all, Twin Twister is a bad idea. Okay. Second of all, MSTs are cool. At the same time, they're slow. So I felt like Night Beam was such a great tech card just to stop my opponent from activating any back row so I can do my plays. I just want to stop them. And because, like I said, it's a spell, I already get them counter. So, thumbs up for me. It's only a good choice. If you don't appreciate it, it's okay. I understand. MSTs or Night Beams, it's fine. And then I played Dark Hole. It's supposed to be Raigeki, but I'm not going to switch it out. So I'll just let it be a Dark Hole. So I just be fair. Let's see how it goes. But since it's a Pendulum deck, I don't think it really matters. As long as you do Pendulum Summon afterwards. So, alright. And for the traps, I play 1 Skill Drain, of course, because with Skill Drain, it helps me stop my opponent doing some stupid shit. And 1 Warning, because Warning just helps. Stop the plays. And that's it for the main deck. That's 40 cards. And for the extra deck, I play 1 Cowboy, 1 Harlan Draco because you play a lot of spells, 1 Castle because he's the tits, 1/1/1, 1 XE Dragon. I decided to play Crazy Box with Skill Drain. It really helps make it a 3k beater, and my opponent cannot do jack shit about it unless they have a Phoenix. Well, then I'm screwed. Alright, 1 Vocosaurus because you could actually go for it if you want to. 1 M7. I've been dying to get this card. Finally getting reprinted made me happy, so I can bounce my opponent's shit back. and 1 Bowser, sorry, because he negates monsters and inflicts 1,000 damage, so it's a win-win situation. Like I said, I don't have the Draco Exceeds, I don't have the Utopia Beyond, because those are the key cards I need some in my deck. But all in all, I appreciate for what this deck has done. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy this. This was my normal Pendulum deck. Now, even though Upstart Goblin is now hit to 1 and Chicken Game's gone and Wavering House will be gone, that doesn't mean for a fact I'm going to be giving up, because I have a lot of work to do with this deck. So we're going to see what we can do. And I hope you guys get ready for the next version for this deck, because I will add some new cards and test it out and see how it works. And if when it does well, I'm going to give you to the deck profile, and you guys will let me know. So, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this deck. Give this video a like for normal pendulums for underrated decks, as I appreciate that. Share this video, subscribe if you're new, like my Facebook page, and this is Fortress Striker, signing off.